Right before today's halftime show, I played a quick game of 3-2 Blitz chess. I was playing my Hungarian repertoire, and my opponent played a setup that resembles either a Queen's Gambit declined or a French defense. To be honest, I wasn't too sure what he was going for, so I did stalk his profile to try to figure out his current repertoire. I learned that he plays both the Queen's Gambit declined and the French defense, but he had a specific move that I wasn't able to figure out. I will mention it later. A fun little side note, this guy and I had played a 5-minute Blitz game back in 2023 when we both had ratings in the 1400s. Back then, I was still playing e4, and he was playing the modern defense. It is very nice to see the progress we have both made in the past 3 years, but back to today, we played a game starting with 1g3, the Hungarian Opening, and he replies with e6, shown on the board. Now really all e6 does is it prepares the move d5, which he gets anyway. So the question is, why didn't he just play d5 on the first move? Truthfully, he can't get e5 after playing e6, so I play bishop g2 just to stall and see what he will go for. He does in fact go for d5, so now I can play knight f3, again knowing that e5 isn't really much of a threat right now. Against knight f3 he plays c5, and this resembles a pretty typical French structure. Again, the question is, why did he play a French structure when he could have just played d5 and c5, get a bishop out, and then play e6? But, again, I don't know. And so I castled, he played bishop e6, and really here I should be thinking, that does prepare e5, I should play d4. But instead, what I thought, and it's still a good move, don't get me wrong, I thought this might resemble a reversed Benoni if things go right. So I could play c4, he could push the pawn, I could play a reversed Banco Gambit. If he takes, I can offer a3 in the true Banco Gambit fashion. If he takes, I can recapture with my bishop. If he takes with his bishop, I can take with my knight, and then the resulting position is just great for me because he already wasted a move getting bishop d6, and then he moves the bishop again, taking my bishop on a3. So that's what I had in mind. I do play c4. Unfortunately, he doesn't advance with d4 and play into that. Instead, he plays knight e7. Now, this is the move I was talking about earlier. I didn't understand why he played this move. Question is, why not just play knight f6? There's not really an answer here. And in my opinion, this just turns out to be a waste of a move later. We can fast forward to move 9. It looks pretty standard, I'm not gonna lie. It looks like he put a knight here and he put a knight here, but instead of doing that, he wasted 2 moves going 1-2, 1-2. So he wasted 2 moves. We'll go back to move 5 where he starts with knight e7. Against this I play d4, and my position just looks great. He gets knight d7, which I think is a mistake. Engine calls it a mistake. It doesn't show it on my screen, unfortunately, because I played this game on my phone and did the game review on my phone. I get knight c3, he gets knight f6. Again, he wasted a move. I don't really understand. So I get bishop g5, he takes my d-pawn, and this is where I make arguably a mistake, but I don't see why it is, to be honest. I take with my queen. In my mind, there's not a knight on c6. I don't see any reason why I can't take queen. Funny enough, he does put a knight on c6, and then we go back. And now we get this position where it looks like, again, he wasted 2 moves to get here. He hasn't even castled yet, so he's just behind on development. He plays bishop e7, idea probably being to dampen my dark squared bishop a little bit, or this battery. In my opinion, you probably should have played h6 here. That's just me though. I play rook d1, preventing this exchange. And then he advances his pawn, which sort of just ends the game. I can take that with my knight. If he recaptures, I can play my rook, and he can't take it. He does have to move his queen now. So he moves his queen, I double up my rooks. This pawn is hanging, by the way, but I don't care about it. And he plays the responsible move, which loses him the game. He castles. Against this, I play knight e4. Idea being, I want to get rid of these pieces, open up some sort of weakness against this king, and then just go for the checkmate. He takes my knight. I take it back, and he should be stopping this checkmate, but instead he, I guess, ignores that and gets mated. Some fun notes about this is that, according to the engine, black never equalized. I only had 2 mistakes. One of them was queen takes d4 on move 9. I should have taken with knight, apparently. The other one was rook f d1 instead of rook a d1. And I think the idea here is that this rook should be supporting this pawn in case we get a double up and a battery. But other than that, I mean, no mistakes. My opponent had 4. I think 2 of them are associated with these knights. I'm not too sure what the others. I had a 91.2 accuracy rating according to chess.com and a game rating of 2250. So really, this was just a great game for me. It's a great showcase of the Hungarian Opening. I truly think I was able to throw off my opponent by playing the Hungarian Opening, and I was able to use this opening punish a pretty passive defense starting with e6 on the first move. Anyways, this was my game to avoid looking at some pretty lame commercials during the Super Bowl. This game honestly might be more exciting than the Super Bowl if you're not too into football defense, but that's up for debate. Anyways, I hope you are somewhat inspired to play the Hungarian Opening now, and I will see you next time.